wanted to make a inside out chillum, so figured I'd go live. I haven't done that yet. An inside out chillum. I did an inside out spoon a few weeks ago. Well, maybe that was like a month ago. Anyways, as usual, start with the clear. I need to puff it out and make the whole thing a little bit bigger so I can draw on the inside. Beautiful. Now it'll be easier for me to draw on the inside. A lot more room to draw on. I'll just pop open the end. Doesn't have to be perfect, but now it's all opened up and I can draw on the inside. So first I'm going to fume it. There's a little chunk of pure silver on this, so I'm going to hold my breath and burn it in the fire and let the fumes stick on the inside of the glass, and that's one way that glass color changes. You can also do it with gold. You don't want to breathe it in though. I have a ventilation system up there. Let it all kind of get sucked out. So you can very clearly see that silver burned onto the inside. And silver will turn purple or blues pretty much. And gold fuming will turn sometimes peach, pink, like a weird orangish. But yeah, so I'm going to get the inside hot and draw on the inside. Maybe don't have my hair in the front. And while I'm doing this, it's going to be like this a lot. The condensation, it's already going down. You can kind of hear it popping. That's really, really hot in the top of the tube because then the steam is evaporating and it makes it wicked hot. So to stop that heat, just take up a crumpled piece of, I think this is toilet paper, or it's a napkin, I don't even know anymore. Clog it. And then when that steam comes out the end, it can't. It can't burn you. Alright? So if you're getting burned when you're working over the flame like this, the heat and the steam just clog the end of the pipe. So I'm going to flash that again and then start drawing on the inside. So I just waited till I saw a little tint of orange. I know it's warm enough. I'm going to do a couple random lines of this dark blue, and then I'm going to do clear dots. The clear dots will look freaking awesome once everything's melted down. So just like a squiggly blue line. You have to be very careful. You're directly over the flame. I have burnt my finger in the past, not coming to the flame right. This finger, I just didn't get this over it in time and I burnt the shit out of myself. That was a while ago. So I'm just going to do two of these squiggly blue lines. Nothing fancy. Just a custom for a friend. Couple blue dots. So we got some blue lines in there. Now I'm going to put clear dots. The clear dots, since I fumed it silver, will either look blue or purple later, and it's really fun. It's really cool. So just giving it some more heat. flashing the whole thing when you're doing inside out stuff because it takes so long. So this is just a clear rod. I'm going to put some clear dots on the inside. I want them thick dots, but not too thick that they're not going to melt in later. Because now you got to melt in everything from the outside, which probably doesn't make sense. I'll talk about that later. All right. Cool. So I'm just going to try and get that back on center a little. It got a little hot, but you can see the blue lines, the clear dots. Now I got to reclose what I opened up. You're awesome. Oh, thank you, Stefan. That's very nice of you. So I'm just going to flash the inside quick, and then I'm going to try to roll it shut, which is not an easy task. Smaller. These are both just pieces of graphite. Nothing too fancy. Getting smaller and smaller. Take out this now that I'm not holding it upside down. It's not going to get hot in that tube anymore. Alright, now I can put another rod on this end so I can shape up the chillum. So first things first, I want to make sure everything on the inside is completely melted to the clear on the outside. Oh, that's fucking hot. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to let it all kind of gather up on itself. Make it nice and thick. This might be enough for 2 chillum, just a lot of glass. I'd rather have too much than not enough. I'm kind of just pulling it out into a long chillum. Now I'm gonna taper down where I want the mouthpiece to be. This is very long, so I'm gonna cut it kind of in the middle. So that part that I just pulled out, that is the end of it where the mouthpiece is. Now I'm just going to round out the part right before that and make it round. Maybe I'll make it flat. I like making the mouthpiece flat because then it doesn't roll away off the table as easy. Well, then it won't roll off the table. So I got the mouthpiece, I flattened it. Now I need to put, I'm going to flash it a little. Now I need to do a really sharp flame where I want the constriction to be, and that's that tiny hole in the bottom of the straight shooter. So where you pack it and then there's a little tiny hole, I'm going to do that part. It was getting really small, so I just wanted to give it a little poof before it closed. Because if it closes up, we're kind of SOL. Alright. The constriction, I twisted it so it's really cool looking. I'm making an inside-out kiln. Now I'm going to cut off the handle that I put on recently. This is turning out nice. And I want to pull off anything on the end of the kiln that I don't want on the final product. A lot of the extra bullshit right there. And then I just want to round out the bowl part. So that part that's hot at the end, I want to get that nice and hot and nice and round. We got the mouthpiece right there. Got a nice flattened area here. Constriction. Now I need to puff up the bowl part. Let it equalize in temperature and then give it a poof. Very nice. Now let that cool down and I need to pick open the very end and create the bowl part. So inside out color changing chillum. Got the grandbaby and iron trance. Thank you. So I'm just going to pick the glass open at the end. You pick it thinner and thinner and thinner, and eventually it just creates a hole. You got to be careful with the heat because you don't want to keep reclosing it on yourself. Just want to get it thinner and thinner. There it goes, it popped open. I'm just going to pick around the edges to make it as even as I can. So I got a tiny little bowl. I want to ream that open into a packable bowl. I like to flare them more than they should be the first time. And then I take a graphite rod and roll it on the graphite pad. Try to make it more even so it closes up a little. And then to make the top flat, I use this graphite pad on this graphite pad and roll the top. And then I usually reopen it a little. Ooh, that one's hot. Come on, baby, something I got to. Reopen this a little bit. And repeat the process. I wipe these on my shirt because there's grit on the table. And I don't want to get little pieces of grit on the inside. So that's why I do that little wipey thing. So if the constriction's a little too big, you can go back and shrink it down, which I'm honestly debating doing right now. Yeah, I think I do want to do that. It's not perfect enough. So, to shrink the constriction a little, I don't know if you can tell how big that hole is, but it's too big for my liking. So I'm just going to re-hit it with the flame. You got to just spin even circles, especially because I've already got that bowl all shaped up. And you don't want to spin too fast because you want the glass to kind of close in on itself. After it starts moving like this, I'm just going to take a peek. That's super close. That's good. Since it's hot, I'm just give it a poke so it's nice and round. And then make sure my bowl is even again. Looks pretty freaking good. I'll show you in just a second. Now I like the constriction. He wanted like a pocket pipe, so it's kind of short. Smaller constriction. So now, before I do anything else, if I want to put texture or dot colors on anything, this is all kind of cold. It's too cold to put back in the fire. So before I can hit it in the fire again and work on it more, I have to put it in this black box. It is a kiln or an annealer. Same freaking thing. It's at 1100 degrees. And once that heats up in like, I don't know, 5 minutes, I can work on it a little more. But I think this is where I'm going to let you go. Love the colors. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Don, for all the support. Spreading the word, always here. Thank you. So everybody subscribe, like my stuff, turn on the notifications. I appreciate all the love. I think that it's fun that I have a ring around my eyes. See you soon.